You in high definition. This is KEZI 9 News at 5.
The man behind a bomb scare that shut down downtown Eugene this afternoon is behind bars. Good evening, I'm Brandy Smith.
And I'm Kate Renner. Hundreds of people had to be evacuated from the area near 5th and Willamette as police negotiated with the man inside a van claiming he was going to blow it up. KEZI 9 News reporter Dan Corcoran kicks off our team coverage of tonight's top story from downtown Eugene. Dan?
Well, things are calm here tonight, but that was certainly not the case late this morning and into this afternoon. Take a look behind me here. This is just about the parking spot where 62-year-old Patrick Smalley had parked his white GMC van and then held police at bay for hours, threatening to blow the van and himself up. Now, crisis negotiators eventually arrested Smalley, a Corvallis resident, and when they searched that van, no explosives were found. It all started just after 11 o'clock this morning. Police say Smalley called a post office worker from inside the van, and that worker then called police. They immediately evacuated the post office and then began to, just to be safe, began evacuating nearby businesses as well. Now, police say they then began a negotiating process with Smalley, who eventually came out of the van without incident.
2 blocks in every direction. I mean, that's a lot of explosions, and a lot of people could be affected by that.
They did work really fast to get people on roofs. Federal agents are here. Everybody's doing their job really well.
Police are trying to. Now, law enforcement from the local level up to the FBI all working here today. And after Smalley was arrested, the bomb squad moved in first with robots and found that the van was with no explosives inside. It's unknown what the Smalley's motive or state of mind were during this ordeal. We'll have more coming up at 6 o'clock. Live in Eugene, Dan Corcoran, KEZI 9 News.
Evacuated this afternoon was the Hilton, one of the biggest buildings in downtown. KEZI 9 News reporter Jeff Skrypek is live from the hotel to show us how it was handled there. Jeff?
Yeah, the situation here at the Hilton is just starting to get back to normal, but it was just a few hours ago when this entire building had to be emptied. No small feat when you consider how big this hotel is. Now, many folks that were inside the Hilton say they were watching the scene unfold from their rooms above. Their show, though, was cut short when hotel employees told them they had to leave. They say they were instructed to leave their belongings in cars and go outside, orders that they say that were not difficult to follow.
We had already been talking amongst ourselves. The post office is close. If something did happen, the windows of the Hilton would not be protecting us at all. So we'd kind of had those conversations amongst ourselves.
The general manager of the Hilton says the hotel was prepared well because they say they have drills simulating evacuations, but hotel staff say it still was a pretty scary scene given the fact how many people they had to evacuate from this building, but they say, yeah, it went smoothly. Live in downtown Eugene, Jeff Skrypek, KEZI 9 News.
The scare may have disrupted the stay of many hotel guests, but it costs many other nearby businesses a lot of money. KEZI 9 News reporter Gia Vang has a look at how those close to Smalley and his van were affected.
We had a couple customers, and then we started hearing the loudspeakers outside when they're trying to talk to the guy.
From serving customers to being thrown out on the street.
One of the cops came in and was like kind of surprised that we were even in there. I don't think he thought we were open. And he's like, can you evacuate? You're now in the blast circumference.
Not something people who work in downtown Eugene hear every day. Beth Peterson works at the Jackalope Lounge, but Tuesday morning she spent much of her shift as a bystander.
So we're just kind of waiting. He's with me, actually. My cook is also with me, but we were kind of just walking around trying to kill time until we can go back in.
But not everyone was told to get out. On the other side of the caution tape, the doors remained open, but it was anything but business as usual.
I guess we're not in a blast radius, so we are open and serving food and drinks and having a good time and hoping that we don't get shaken up a little bit.
Instead, they said they were curious when they saw a squad car pull up across the street at the Holt Center in Hilton.
Then noticed that the roads got blocked off. Noticed that they weren't letting any patrons walk that way.
The buzz finally settled at about 2:30. The caution tape coming down, the open signs going back up.
We want to get back on and make some tips and make our money.
And I hope everybody's safe, and I definitely hope that there was nothing, I hope it's just all a big hoax.
Reporting in Eugene, Gia Vang, KEZI 9 News.
Now, your first forecast with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
Well, certainly an active afternoon downtown, and things are starting to awaken.